If you are joining for the first time, please remember to click subscription button and hit that notification bell to be the first person to receive the video that will be produced by Davi-tech-media. Davi-tech-media, updating you. Davi-tech-media, subscribe to Davi-tech-media.
Fellow countrymen and women, brothers and sisters, this year we celebrate 57 years of independence, meaning 57 years of self-rule, 57 years of determining our own destiny. I wish to take this opportunity on behalf of the New Hope Movement for Multi-Party Democracy, on behalf of my own family, to congratulate every Zambian for what has been done so far. We've come a long way, and sometimes we do not seem to understand how much we have achieved, because usually we focus on our negatives and those things we don't like about each other, and creating a toxic environment. And yet, sometimes we need to look back and see the progress that has been made by all of us putting our hands together. This year is a unique year and an interesting year because we celebrate 57 years of independence, this time in 10 years under a different administration. We would like to take this opportunity to again congratulate President Hakainde Hichilema and the United Party for National Development for winning the August general election. We look forward to working with this government to ensure that we continue to develop the prospects of our country and make our nation the greatest on the continent of Africa. But that cannot be done by one individual. It can only be done by all of us, putting aside our personal challenges against each other and focus on the bigger picture of creating a future that will be attractive to our children and to our children's children. May it never be said that our children and our grandchildren look back and curse us for having spent most of our time doing politics instead of developing the nation to the benefit of our children. May they look back and talk well about us for having invested into the future on their behalf and not to have stolen from their future. As we celebrate 57 years, I want each Zambian to be proud that we have come this far by God's grace. We have come this far because we've held together in order to ensure that prosperity reaches and touches future generations. We cannot really be sure of how well our future will be shaped unless we have a proper review of our history and how our democracy has worked. One of the reasons, of course, and the major reason why we got independence was for us to assure our children and ourselves that now we have freedoms, freedom of expression, freedom of association, freedom where you can be what God has always intended for you to be. I believe that after 1964, through our founding fathers, that freedom was given to us. But it's a freedom we must always review as to how well we have utilized it and how well it has helped us to make ourselves a better people. When we look in the past, we see the fact that there are certain areas that needed for us to hold together, and maybe we failed to do so. And each time we fail ourselves, or a government fails us to ensure that these God-given freedoms are exercised by every Zambian, Zambians have always had the resolve to change that government. For those of us in the political world, we truly understand that a Zambian is not one to be taken for granted. The referendum that we had on August 12th this year, when the government was changed in an amazing way, shocking both the ruling party and opposition political parties, to some extent the international community. Zambians decided that they were going to close one era and open yet another, in the hope of bettering their lives. And I'm aware that our colleagues in the UPND are truly aware that this mandate given to them is not a cheap mandate. It's a demanding mandate. It is also a scary mandate. Zambians are now ready to improve themselves. Zambians want to be the number one country on the continent of Africa. Zambians want a robust economy. Zambians want security for their families and for their businesses. Zambians want to be respected globally, and Zambians want their freedoms never again to be interfered with. Allow me today, as we celebrate this wonderful and great day, to mention a few things. Our freedom and our democracy must be such that it defines who we are, and it must deliver for us developmental benefits. Democracy that remains in name only is the democracy that becomes destructive and of no use for us. So whatever democracy we embrace, it must be that democracy that agrees with our aspirations. There is no way a country can develop or an individual to become better when innovation is stifled. And any society that restricts the freedoms of its citizens restricts the spirit of innovation and restricts the possibility of improving the quality of life for that particular nation. So today, I want to use this same democracy to say that today there is peace in our country because the majority of the Zambian people decided that we needed to change government from the Patriotic Front to the UPND. And because it's a generally agreed position by most Zambians, we have enjoyed peace and stability ever since the election, because what we have represents what the Zambians wanted. That's truly the definition of democracy. Creating a society of consensus, creating a society that is agreed on how we are going to govern ourselves for the next 5 years. Once again, I take this opportunity to congratulate every Zambian, congratulate the president and the government and the people of this country on this 57th Independence Celebration Day. May God bless you and may God bless our great republic. I thank you.
Thank you very much for tuning in at Davi-tech-media. Remember, Davi-tech-media is the media that shares news, trending videos, political news, gospel music, as well as entertainment. Please don't forget to click that subscription button and that notification bell to be the very first person to receive the video that will be produced and posted by Davi-tech-media. Davi-tech-media, updating you.